Shalom, family. I will be reading from the Sefer Bible, First Maccabees, chapter 1, verses 17 to 64. Wherefore he entered into Mitzrayim with a great multitude, with chariots and elephants and horsemen, and a great navy, and made war against Ptolemy, king of Mitzrayim. But Ptolemy was afraid of him, and fled, and many were wounded to death. Thus they got the strong cities in the land of Mitzrayim, and he took the spoils thereof. And after that Antiochus had smitten Mitzrayim, he returned again in the 143rd year, and went up against Yashar'el and Jerusalem with a great multitude, and entered proudly into the sanctuary, and took away the golden altar and the menorah of light, and all the vessels thereof, and the table of the showbread, and the pouring vessels, and the vials, and the censers of gold, and the veil, and the crown, and the golden ornaments that were before the temple, all which he pulled off. He took also the silver and the gold and the precious vessels. Also he took the hidden treasures which he found. And when he had taken all away, he went into his own land, having made a great massacre and spoken very proudly. Therefore there was a great mourning in Yashar'el, in every place where they were, so that the princes and elders mourned. The virgins and young men were made feeble, and the beauty of women was changed. Every bridegroom took up lamentation, and she that sat in the marriage chamber was in heaviness. The land also was moved for the inhabitants thereof, and all the house of Yaakov was covered with confusion. And after 2 years fully expired, the king sent his chief collector of tribute unto the cities of YAHUAH, who came unto Jerusalem with a great multitude, and spoke peaceable words unto them, but all was deceit. For when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city, and smote it very sore, and destroyed many people of Yashar'el. And when he had taken the spoils of the city, he set it on fire, and pulled down the houses and walls thereof on every side. But the women and children took they captive, and possessed the cattle. Then built they the city of David with a great and strong wall, and with mighty towers, and made it a stronghold for them. And they put therein a sinful nation, wicked men, and fortified themselves therein. They stored it also with armour and victuals, and when they had gathered together the spoils of Jerusalem, they laid them up there, and so they became a sore snare. For it was a place to lie in wait against the sanctuary, and an evil adversary to Yashar'el. Thus they shed innocent blood on every side of the sanctuary, and defiled it. So much so that the inhabitants of Jerusalem fled because of them. Whereupon the city was made a habitation of strangers, and became strange to those that were born in her, and her own children left her. Her sanctuary was laid waste like a wilderness. Her feasts were turned into mourning, her Shabbats into reproach, her honour into contempt. As had been her glory, so was her dishonour increased, and her excellency was turned into mourning. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of Yashar'el consented to his religion, and sacrificed unto idols, and profaned the Shabbat. For the king had sent Sepharim by messengers unto Yashar'el and the cities of YAHUAH, that they should follow the strange laws of the land, and forbid ascending smoke offerings, and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Shabbat and the feast days, and pollute the sanctuary and holy people, set up altars and Asherah poles and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts, that they should also leave their children uncircumcised, and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation, to the end they might forget the Torah, and change all the ordinances. And whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said he should die. In the selfsame manner wrote he to his whole kingdom, and appointed overseers over all the people, commanding the cities of YAHUAH to sacrifice, city by city. Then many of the people were gathered unto them, to wit, everyone that forsook the Torah. And so they committed evils in the land, and drove Yashar'el into secret places, even wheresoever they could flee for help. Now the 15th day of the month Kislev, in the 145th year, they set up the abomination of desolation upon the altar, and built idol altars throughout the cities of YAHUAH on every side, and burnt incense at the doors of their houses and in the streets. And when they had rent in pieces the Sefer of the Torah, which they found, they burnt them with fire. And whosoever was found with any sefer of the covenant, or if any committed to the Torah, the king's commandment was that they should put him to death. Thus did they by their authority unto Yashar'el every month, to as many as were found in the cities. Now the 25th day of the month, they did sacrifice upon the idol altar, which was upon the altar of Elohim. At which time, according to the commandment, they put to death certain women that had caused their children to be circumcised. And they hanged the infants about their necks, and rifled their houses, and slew them that had circumcised them. Howbeit many in Yashar'el were fully resolved and confirmed in themselves not to eat any unclean thing. Wherefore the rather to die, that they might not be defiled with meats, and that they might not profane the holy covenant. So then they died, and there was very great wrath upon Yashar'el. I pray that you will meditate on his words with a soft heart. I hope you will repent and join the journey in becoming a witness for Yah. May YAHUAH be with you. Shalom.